Um, so give us a second. Recording is going on now. All right.
It's like the newscast.
What's up, everybody? It's Eddie and Eric here. We're joined with Alan. Say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
And Andrea.
We have Andrea online too. Say hi,
Hello.
Andrea.
Howdy.
There we go. And welcome to episode 2 of With a Grain of Salt.
We're just going for it at this point.
Pretty much. Seeing if there's any kinks we could have worked out from yesterday. And just a reminder, we're just a bunch of people, just a bunch of idiots talking, having a good time. And we're going to say things pretty much off the top of our heads. So if we say anything you don't like, or everything that we say, just remember to take it with a grain of salt.
Relax. Okay.
Alrighty. Alan and Andrea, how are you guys?
I'm doing great. It's actually like a really nice day today. It's not raining over here.
I'm doing all right. I'm chilling. It's not raining where I'm at either.
Oh man, this one was a doozy. I don't know what happened between yesterday and today that today was so hard to set this up. The computer crashed like I don't know how many times.
7. I counted.
Really?
7 times.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
That's a bad number.
It can't handle our greatness, man. It's a sign.
Well, given how you guys disappeared for a good hour,
Yeah, we all put in the effort. Alan went into the bedroom, and then Andrea went to a whole nother apartment.
You gotta go where the good Wi-Fi is.
Oh yeah. Which is why this podcast shouldn't be here for too much longer if everything goes well.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. How long have we known y'all? Alan's Eric's cousin.
My cousin.
He's
He's
my
here.
cousin, man.
Cousin.
He's my cousin.
I've known Andrea the longest out of everyone here because we grew up together since like pre-K.
Literally, I have a picture of us from kindergarten. We're standing next to each other and we're the cutest
Oh
things
my
ever.
gosh, I'm gonna have to include that in the edit. Oh jeez.
Hey, Eddie, bring
give
that
it to
up
you.
here. We have a clip here.
I'm just gonna bring this up.
Yeah,
We've never had this before. It's called Rescue. These energy
Rescue
drinks.
elixir.
We got these because today's setup was exhausting, and we're gonna try them for the first time today. So, bottoms up, down the hatch, dink it.
There you go. It's out there now.
That tastes okay. Next up.
It's alright. And next.
Oh, my
What flavor
goodness.
is it?
I'm drinking dragon fruit flavor.
I think this is fruit punch.
It's
Berry
berry
citrus. It tastes a little watered down,
Which
like
one's
a watered
dragon
down
fruit?
Red Bull.
Which one's dragon fruit? Is that like the pink one that you open it up? It's like and it has like the white little like sacks inside, I would say.
It's I think it's white with like the little black dots or seeds or something. Is that it?
Okay, well, yeah, that's not the
Dragon
one I had
fruit.
in mind, but yeah, I'm assuming that's the one it is.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
Wait, where would you go to get dragon fruit? Like at a world market, or like at an international market?
If you're in Texas, your local HEB. They're not hard to find.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking probably either.
I think we had it at Walmart for a little short amount of time.
Walmart makes no sense.
I miss
think
HEB.
Really?
What do you have over there, man?
Yeah, I miss HEB. We have something called a Hy-Vee, and they're not actually. They sound like similar, like they want to be each other, except like Hy-Vee is more like it's like a Kroger. It's pretty overpriced. The only thing that
Sounds like an
seems
allergic
that's pretty
reaction.
cheap is actually
Sounds
It's
like a
a-
Steinmart.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's like there's the supermarket here, and there's a couple of them, but they don't have it's a lot of like they don't have a lot of Hispanic selection up here either, due to the fact like it's up here in the Midwest. Like I mean Illinois, there's a larger Hispanic community, so I would have to go over there for anything like kind of like Hispanic like related like for
That's when
ingredients.
Alan found his
or
calling
products
to
too.
bring the taco trucks over there.
Well, like you said, they're already in Illinois, so I mean, when I was in Illinois, I was actually surprised with the amount of Latinos that I met over there. I was like, the hell? Like, I thought it was just gonna
Yeah,
be like
no,
hardcore Northern American Canadian sort of thing. I was dead wrong.
yeah,
Uh,
it's pretty diverse over there. I didn't know either till I think when my first year here in Iowa, they told me that if I wanted to go to a good Mexican restaurant, my best chance would to be to go over to Illinois on their side because I live on the border of Iowa and there's a bridge that separates us and then it's Illinois. So it's like a 5 minute, 10 minute drive over to between each state. Depending the day also, like some days are busier than others because there's Rock Island also right here, and they have a military installation there. So sometimes like due to the military traffic, yeah, it could be busy getting to the other side one way or the other. But yeah, over there that's where they have all the good Mexican restaurants because mostly over there there's a big Hispanic community. And then on in Iowa where I am, it's mostly like a bigger African American community right here in Davenport, and also yeah, like whites too. But it's also very diverse. It's very diverse, especially I haven't been in the valley for years. Yeah, I haven't been in the valley for years, but from what I hear, the valley's getting bigger and it's very diverse now. A lot more diverse than it was 5 years ago.
That's for sure.
yeah, I mean it. I didn't realize how diverse it actually was till I went to SciTech or the Science Academy here with Eric. Um, Here in Monte Alto, it was all Latino, it was all Mexican. Everyone speaks Spanish to some extent. And then suddenly we go over there and there's Indians, Indian people, Native American people, Asians, black people, white people. I was like, man, there's this many people here? Like, jeez. It was actually kind of neat meeting people from different backgrounds. One of our friends was French, right?
Yeah.
And then we had the German exchange students come over, which was really, really cool.
Uh, there's this I want to say exchange student. She was from France and she could not take the heat. She left within a week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Europeans.
well, because I'm
Yeah,
pretty
like
sure the valley has the specific heat because it's just not hot. It's hot and humid. So I can't imagine her coming from France to over here. That
Where
was
everything's
a
cold
huge
compared to
change.
us.
yeah, we had her for art class and the AC. It was a separate building from the rest of the school, so the AC went out and we just had to deal with it. And we were okay, and then we just see her and she's dying. She's just like
Oh,
her cheeks are red,
oh
you know.
no.
She has to step out, and then like a week
Smells
later,
like the
she just
cold.
left.
She stepped out of the frying pan into the fire, essentially. Like, she's like, I need to step out, get some fresh air, and then the air starts baking her from the inside. Yeesh.
Poor girl.
Ay, pobrecita. Just like the cold and she had never
Basically.
spent a day out in the sun, and then boom, she had to get used to it overnight. That's terrible. Yeah,
I
the
mean,
valley has a specific sort of heat. I remember I used to install fiber optic cable at elementary schools. I think
why
it
don't you
was
do that
in
here?
Harlingen,
My house.
and I would have to do it from the outside in. So they had like since it was an older school, they had like pipes on the outside that they would run the cable through. So when I started doing it, I was like, oh, fiber optic cable, badass. Inside, we're inside a school, we're inside an air conditioned classroom. I'm going to be all right. Now we pull up at the site and I see they're already knocking down pipes on the outside. I'm like, oh, crap, that's what I'm going to be doing today. So yeah, we were out there knocking off pipes and installing new pipe to run the fiber optic cable in there. And the temperature was like 110 degrees. I still remember it. And you were just praying to God a cloud would come over us and just keep us, cool for a couple minutes.
Runs your holes.
Yeah. Like holes.
Yeah, the movie, they're just hoping for a cloud, give him some shade.
I need some sploosh.
It was funny because we would have to go get the pipes, and they had these pipes under this pavilion. So we would actually
Like
like
conduit?
fight or argue who was gonna go get pipe because whoever would go get the pipes would like chill there for like 15 minutes under the shade and do nothing. Like you fucking clowns! I know what you're doing over there.
Oh my goodness. So Andrea, you tell us a little about yourself. Let's start with you, ladies first.
Uh, my name is Andrea. You can call me anything, Andrea. I not as long as it's not Andrea. I can't go by that. I am 25 years old. I Well, what else about me? I like to game. We game a lot. I'm a chill person, I like to read. I try to stay active. I've been riding my bike. Not recently, but I try to ride it as much as I can. I'm laid back. I'm a patient person. I pretty chill, I would say. I don't think unless y'all disagree.
No, I agree. I'd say you're chill.
I try to make the best out of everything. I don't like to argue, but
Yeah.
Eddie, or I like to call him Waddy.
Oh,
Do
that's
you know why they call you Waddy?
Oh,
Can I call you Waddy, or do I have to call you Eddie? I'm not
I
sure
don't, I
what
don't
you
care. I
prefer.
mean, my handle is Wadi Experience, so that's gonna get out there anyway. Eric
I
is real fickle whether it calls me Wadi or Eddie, so
Yeah, either way.
it doesn't matter.
Because I've been calling Eddie Waddy for as long as I can remember.
You can continue calling me that. It's fine.
Yeah, like Waddy was talking. Like I've known him for probably almost 20 years, a little less.
Oh my gosh, we're old.
We're
I've known someone for longer than
so
20
old.
years.
It's okay.
You've been going by Worry for a while?
Gamer tag. Call me Sarge
has
every
been,
time
yeah.
you see me.
Not even.
Oh
it's like
no, that's just
stolen valor.
weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he had gone by Worry for that long. That's cool. Or for a while now, at least.
Well, I guess I could say it now on the air, so that way, because I guarantee it's gonna come up a lot. Like, where did Wadi come from? Why Wadi of all things, or Wari? Basically, when I was born, I already had an older sister. Her name was Michelle, and I'm junior. My dad's name's Eduardo. My first name is Eduardo, and they would tell my older sister like, "Oh, here's your brother, your newborn baby brother, Eduardo. Say his name. Can you say Eduardo?" And she was like, Wadi. She couldn't pronounce it, but I don't know why she got Wadi from. So, like, at the time, it was just gibberish. But since that's all she could say, and for years, like, this is as recent as, like, last year, neither of my two sisters could pronounce Eduardo. Because they were like, it's weird. That's not your name. Your name's Wadi. But yeah, it's that mispronunciation or just lack of, I don't know, awareness of my name or my identity. Wadi stuck, and ever since then, that's what I've been called by family. And then I don't know who. I think it was some dickhead. I remember his name. No, it was Robert in 5th grade. Told everybody at school about my nickname, and then that ended up sticking. I didn't want it to stick, but it happened. I don't know why.
It just
But now that I'm
happened.
older, those that I grew up with call me Wadi. Those that I met outside of all that call me Eddie. And there's like a few people that call me like Edward or Junior. I think only
Edward.
like 2 of my uncles call me Junior. Everybody else calls me Wadi. It's so I have so many nicknames. I don't even know.
Well, when I met him, I'd call him Eddie, and then all his like MA friends or from Elsa would call him Wadi. I'm like, oh, that's how you can tell the difference.
That's yeah. I don't know. Like it's stuck, and I like it. Like if I'm talking about you to my parents or somebody, I'll say Eddie. I can't say his name in Spanish correctly. I can't roll the R. So if I do say his full name, it's Eduardo. And I just can't roll my R's. So it's either Eduardo or Eddie. But if I'm talking about him to somebody, but I mean between us, I'm talking to him. It's Wadi. He's always Wadi.
Yeah, like if I'm with Bradley, I'll just say Eduardo, so Bradley
What?
so Bradley won't feel too bad. I'm saying his name.
He calls me Eddie. What?
Sometimes he says Eduardo.
Why? What? He's never said it to me.
I feel when we're gaming, because I remember in Top Golf he would say that, but when we're gaming, it says Eddie. I'm like, what's the difference? Why would
I'm lost now. Call him.
right now?
We'll get him on the air
Call him
sometime.
on something.
That's so weird.
He might be traveling or in Turkey. He might be somewhere.
Man.
Through a cliff bar.
All right, Ellen. How about you? Tell us about yourself.
Uh, all right. Well,
Tell us
Alright.
what
hi
you
guys.
can without getting.
Without getting
yeah, my.
arrested. By the way, everyone, this is
Oh.
for the just for the audience. This is the guy that we were talking about yesterday, or in the previous episode, that we were afraid might get us canceled. Despite all the stuff that we said yesterday, that could still get us canceled.
You know the group, and there's the Alex Jones. Well, there's Alan.
I don't say that. About
Yeah,
Alex
so
Jones.
I'm Alan Jones. I mean, I'm Alan, just Alan. No, yeah, I'm Alan. I'm 25. I used to be from the valley. I grew up in the
I
valley.
used to be
I think
24.
I was I used to be 24, but I'm 25. When you're trying to make up more details for the book report, you're
Just trying
just
to
making
spread it
stuff
out.
up.
We
No,
got an
but
hour and a half to
back
fill.
back to it. No, yeah. I mean, I used to be from the valley. I think it was about 4 years ago. I moved up here to Iowa with my then wife, and I have a daughter now, and I'm a father. And yeah, I like to think of myself as a pretty knowledgeable person. I definitely love to bring conversations to the table. I'm constantly reading
For
up on
better or for
stuff.
worse.
I like to read articles. I always think I like to have a topic to talk about so that things can stay fresh. Um, known Eric for like my whole life, and yeah, like for the past 15 years, yeah, like I mean, yeah, I've known Eric, and then I like to game. I know Warrior. I met Warrior a year ago. I met Andrea also around the same time I think.
It's already been a
And yeah, I
year.
like to
Yeah.
game. I like to read stuff, and I like to talk about conspiracies and all that good stuff. Keep it fresh.
Do you have a favorite conspiracy?
My favorite conspiracy,
Without getting canceled.
big water, big water. No, I'm just playing.
Big
They
water.
want you to. They
What
tell you,
conspiracy is
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Big water is
big
making you
water.
thirsty, so you can drink more water.
Yeah, big. They tell you need 8 cups a day, like of water to stay healthy. You don't. You don't need to drink water at all. Like I don't drink any water. Like I'm fine.
Holy
No,
what?
I'm just playing. I'm just. I'm just
Remember,
joking.
grain
No.
of salt.
No, but my favorite conspiracy.
Open the
That's
rabbit hole.
interesting. All right, so I'll give you a quick one. It's actually pretty. I don't. Maybe people are overthinking it. Maybe it has been around since around like 2008. So there's a big consensus and a big theory like that circulated since 2008 around the same time. Um, the airport was built. This is about the Denver airport. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the
No.
Denver
Oh
airport.
no.
What is
So
this?
Denver, yeah. So the big thing was that Denver in 2008 they already had a massive, fully functioning airport in their area. It was one of the biggest airports like known in the area in Denver, Colorado, and it was the only one, and it was fully functioning, perfect, like nothing wrong with it. But then all of a sudden, they decided they needed another one, a fully functioning one, more massive than the last, without any reason. So they began to construct an airport. Well, halfway through the process, for unknown reasons, they decided to scrap the idea and instead of knocking down the original airport they're already building, they went ahead and built over it. So that meant that underground, there was still the first layer of building that they had been working on. And a lot of people started to think, well, that's really odd because that's usually not a process that's done by construction agencies or anybody really, unless you want like, an underground, area. So it began circulating once the airport was completed that there was probably a military installation, a DUMB for short, which is a deep underground military bunker. And people were thinking that that's once 2012 came around, because remember, this was around the time like people were still thinking that 2012 was going to happen. So a lot of people were like, well,
What a
the government's
dookies.
building a bunker down there to put all the rich people. And a big person who actually brought a lot of this to the table was Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura at the time was like going off and off about this. And yeah, it became a big deal. Like there's a lot of weird things around the airport. Like they put a mural in the front of genocide and horses, like of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and it was just a weird mural. And then little by little they began to cover it up. And supposedly that was like when they were covering up that mural, that those parts already of the New World conspiracy already happening. It's a very weird mural. I'm pretty sure if you were to look it up, you could find it. But yeah, for a long time, people thought that the Denver airport was gonna be like this big military underground like installation for when the world ended in 2012. But obviously, 2012 never happened, and none of that ever really came to fruition. The airport's really weird. Has a statue in the front of the Pale Horse of Death, and then on the runway they have like weird markings of like AUAG, and people have been saying that that ties in to an antigen that was found in Australia that's like a new form of hepatitis. So like, there's a lot of crazy conspiracies with that. That's one of my favorites because it just has a lot of
I've
stuff,
never
like,
heard of
and
this
it's all
before.
really weird
I
and
have mainly
really
because of
wacky.
him.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at this mural right now, and it is weird. Like, what the heck? Like, there's this dude with a sword over some children.
Get
It's
odd
weird.
architecture there.
And then get this, the pale horse, the statue in front of the airport, the artist who made it, they commissioned him to do whatever he wanted. He was allowed to make whatever kind of statue, and this is what he went with. Upon completing it, the only thing he needed was the head of the horse statue. When he was actually finishing it up, the head actually, there was a freak accident and it killed him. The head fell on him. So the statue was finished post mortem, and it was then put on display. The guy's dead now, and the statue killed him, and they still put it up. It's like it has so many bizarre things to it, and this is like such an old, like, it's an old conspiracy. Nobody really talks about it anymore either.
I'll have to like find it after the fact and put it in because I don't know. Maybe this is the right mural I'm looking at because this is batshit crazy. What the hell
It's
am I looking at?
definitely it has a soldier with a sword. It's
And he
Yeah.
has a
unmissable.
gun. He has a gun in one hand and a sword in the other. Like, what the heck?
What the fuck?
This is definitely one of the oldest conspiracies I've heard, but that's for sure. Like, I've never heard anybody talk about it ever again.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more stuff happened. It's just, I feel like a big part of it was a lot of people. So there was a very small, like, group of people on the internet and forums who were saying that 2012 would not have been an apocalypse, but or like an actual like end of the world, but it would have been the day or the time frame in which the new world order government would be formed. Like the UN would all become one world government, and they would begin like mass disarmament, and then they were going to start like culling the population so that we could be more manageable. So people thought that we were going to be put into camps and stuff like that, like all these crazy things, like, and people just thought that was going to happen in 2012. And when, you know, things didn't happen and tanks didn't roll in, it kind of dissipated. But the fact is, like, no matter what people thought was associated to it, that place
Yeah,
is
it
really
is.
weird. It's
It's
super
ironic.
eerie. Like, like, you can't put a bow on it. Like, it's just weird, all of it, regardless of whatever conspiracy you attach to it.
That's trippy.
Yeah.
Bigger.
And again, they already had the big deal is like they had a fully functioning airport. And all of a sudden they went ahead and decided they needed this one. That's what, like, they can say a lot about the conspiracy, but like, that's the only thing a lot of people haven't been able to figure out. Like, why did they make the program?
Why that specific artist, though?
Why not me?
Yeah.
'Cause I can't draw.
Stick figures.
Panic.
Bunch of stick. I would love to go to an airport and just see a bunch of stick figures on the walls. Though someone will probably make some sort of conspiracy theory about that.
Like from those 2000s Flash games.
Do you think? Do you think it's
Zao
real?
Zao.
Or, like,
Wasn't it that one? Wasn't it Zao Zao? You could just like click on it and the
do you
stick
think
figure would
that
like.
underground bunker is in use now?
Do I think? See, the weird thing is, yeah, it's there's totally like there's even pictures of like the supposed like the way it looks down there, and I don't think it's a bunker, but it definitely looks like that's being used to store stuff. Maybe military stuff, probably. Maybe nothing crazy
I'll
like
be right
you
back. I
know,
need to take care of
people
something real
or
quick.
stuff. Because the thing is, like, if you want to say that they use bunkers, they do. There's definitely a bunker. I believe there's a hotel. I believe it's in West Virginia. They even put it in Fallout, and it's an actual hotel that actually has a bunker underground. And I can't remember the name of it. It's something the green something. But yeah, it's an actual hotel and it has a bunker underground and it's actually built to house like members of the United States military if our infrastructure ever goes down in a mass like, apocalypse. So there's other bunkers out there that they'll actually use, but I don't think they're using that one specifically for people. Maybe they're using it to store military stuff. Who knows?
Oh, we also have like abandoned missile silos too. That they could also do the same thing.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the United States government, I think they've already said like in the past 30 years they've lost like about 15 nuclear warheads. They just lost them. Like they
How
they
does that
don't
even
know where they.
happen?
They're saying that it might have been a logging error or that because everything's really handled like digitally through computing systems and
This was
they
way
they log
back,
everything.
right? Like
Yeah.
in the Obama administration.
Ow.
Yeah, I think it was during the Obama administration that this came to light. Definitely. Yeah, I remember reading it in a website. Might have been like during Obama's first term.
What did he do this time? I'm sorry, what? Oh.
Yeah.
Professionalism.
So that's just a little taste
Out
of
of the
usually
camera.
what I
Oh.
can
so
talk about.
there's that.
I was like, why does it look weird? Did I move the table?
What's it called? I think it's called the Greensbrier. The Greensbrier or the Greensburg or something like that. But yeah, there's an
The
actual
hotel?
hotel. Yeah, there's an actual hotel where members of the United States military are like organized to go there in the case like because a lot of Fallout 3 and all the Fallout games like they have hints of truth like with the way like the government will handle itself in the case of a apocalypse. And one thing is like yeah, we have a shadow government. There are guidelines in place. Like even at the White House, they go down to like DEFCON 5, and they have like an underground bunker. I believe they're at the White House. And like in the case the president goes down, there's already a chief of staff ready to take over. In case of the president goes out, we still have like members to keep in order, like in case like after in the aftermath of the
Well, wouldn't
apocalypse.
that just be the vice president?
I mean, I believe it's more centered because like I believe it has more to do like White House down kind of stuff. Like White House goes down, you lose your vice, all your people there. They have like another bunker halfway across the United States with members of like the military who like that's their plan B. Like no vice president, no like what like White House, Washington D.C. out like.
Ooh. That's freaky. What
Well,
about you,
you
Andrea?
have
Do you
to
have a
they
favorite
have to.
conspiracy theory, or do you believe in any?
Oh.
You.
I don't know. I think conspiracy theories are interesting. Like I have never heard about the Denver airport conspiracy theory, but it's
Yeah, I
it's
haven't either.
interesting. I mean, like I don't really like can't say I believe in one like so much. I'll listen to them. I've watched the Shane Dawson conspiracy theories. Nah, but I don't know. They're interesting to watch, like I said, but I don't really think too much into them. They're there, and some of them are crazy. I think Alan was talking about Alex Jones. What was it? The water's turning the frogs gay. Like that
The
sounds
water
so
turns the
crazy,
frogs
but
gay. That wasn't.
it has some apparently has some truth to it.
I've actually read the case study he's talking about. We had to read it in high school actually for one of my classes, environmental science or systems, one or the other.
Environmental science.
Yeah. Well, we had to read the case study, and it wasn't that it was turning the frogs gay. It was that the chemicals in the water were like fucking with the frogs' DNA, and it started to mutate them, making them hermaphrodites. So it wasn't that like, oh, it's turning the frogs gay. It's changing their DNA so that way they end up having both male and female genitalia, and they're like messing with each other. And it's giving everyone birth. They're all the frogs are starting to be born with birth defects, and it's really messing up the population. But that's what it was.
Well, they're African bullfrogs, but there was more males than females, so they just have that in their DNA to change to female in the event that there's a bunch of males.
Like
The
clownfish?
end.
Yeah, like clownfish. You know, how would that work with humans? Like, I don't even understand
Wait,
how that works with animals. Like, how do you decide
wait,
who's gonna
what's
be
up with
which one?
clownfish?
Huh?
What's up with clownfish?
Um, Andre, you want to say it or should I? I
Well,
feel like
I
you'd say it
believe
better.
they can, change themselves, like change genetically, like if they need to turn into a female, I guess, to have their reproductive system, they can, so that they can help the make more eggs. I don't know. That's what I've heard. It's just to help, like Wally was saying, like how the frogs, like if there's too much of m- men or whatever, that they can change into the opposite, so that they can keep living, so that the cycle can continue.
That's impressive.
That's why
I did
that
not
makes
know
me
that.
wonder though.
That's
How would that
impressive.
work
I did
within
not know that.
humans? Because how, like that would, well,
I feel like that's a whole different topic. That
society
I will
would
not
be
get
completely
into.
different than it is now. I think.
Back to the energy drink, I give it a 6. And that's all I'm going to
5.
say about that.
Out of
That's being
10?
generous.
Huh?
6 out of 10?
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
I appreciate
it's
that they
better
tried,
than bad. Yeah.
but I've had better.
Same. But I don't know, man.
I like how Alan said this will be a quick one, and then it just took up 20 minutes.
Oh, the conspiracy theory? Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah. Well, I'll give you a
Go
quick
on.
one.
I like follow-up questions. I love being able to really dive into a subject. The thing was like it's a weird airport. There's a lot to talk about.
Well, not only that. Yeah, I love that too. You know, we just keep asking up follow-up questions or whatever. But it's always about the weirdest conversations. Like, I think this is probably the most recent best example when we were all playing Rocket League, and I don't know who it was that brought up a certain man in the Middle East who was born with 2 penises. And
It was Alan, of course. Who else would say that?
I thought it was
Bring it
you.
up.
Me, maybe me. Nah,
Because
that
it was
wasn't me this
Alan.
time.
Alan, you had brought. Oh, you mentioned there was a girl that was born that you knew with 2 vaginas. Was it 2 vaginas?
Yeah. Yeah, that was me. Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
don't
had
think
a
we don't need to talk
yeah.
about her. We don't need
about her, right? Because I was like at a crossroads. I was like, talk about girl or talk about the dude. Like, I'm just gonna talk about the dude. But yeah, okay. So
Dude. Yeah.
yeah, so the guy, so the headline started off. I had read something on Reddit. There was a guy in the Middle East. I don't recall what country he was from, but the deal was like that apparently it was being told like if the government had found them and like he had 2 penises, and it showed like kind of like a guy shaking the hand of like like a military kind of figure, like yeah, he has 2 penises, we did it, guys. And I just thought that was impressive, so I clicked the article and yeah, I read like a man was born with 2 functioning penises and that he was being like like looked into by a
Did
medical
it
team and
boost
everything,
military
that they were
morale?
very
What the
astounded by
fuck?
this case, that they were very astounded because it had anatomy in and out and everything. It was fully functional. And that's when we went ahead and I told Dre about it, and I guess she looked it up. And instead of coming across that article, we ended up coming across Ask Me Anything on Reddit about a guy who had the 2 fully functioning penises. And that's when we went into the subject matter. We ended up finding about the guy's life story, apparently, that he had
He's
2 fully
one
functioning
crazy
penises.
dude. He's a crazy dude.
Yeah. This guy's living the Miller High life over here. Like, it's pretty interesting, and it answers that age old question like, what would you do if you had 2?
We know what this guy
Is
does.
that really an
His,
age-old question? I've never been
What?
asked till we had that conversation.
You've never asked yourself like, well, what would I
Nah,
do if
bro, I
had
have
to?
other shit to do.
All right, well, it answered one of my burning questions.
Could you imagine if one just has an off day?
What, just like balloon shrivels up like this? What's an off
already
day for a
thinking about
penis?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm already thinking about 100 things I shouldn't be thinking about.
Ooh.
Like one of them has the A game and the other one's just like a sock. Just.
If I recall correctly, he said he has a favorite.
He
The right
does.
one,
I'm actually
right?
on.
Yeah.
I'm on his Ask Me Anything right now.
Oh
Let
no,
me see
wait.
if I can find
Was it? How is it? Double barrel or over under?
Double barrel, double barrel.
Double barrel. Over and under would be interesting too.
His right one is his favorite. The left one has a grudge against him. Wait, he's like, the left one has a grudge against me for it too. Ah. The right, the left one doesn't like him because he likes the right one more than him.
The left one's sentient?
It knows.
Like
That'd be some shit, you know.
It's like he was supposed to be a twin, and then it's like a phantom.
The right one's his favorite and he gets all the action. The left one's just all bitter, judging everything he's doing. It's like, you know, you're doing this all wrong. You know, she looks like she's enjoying it, or he, I don't know. They look like they're enjoying whatever's going on, but I mean, there's so much room for improvement. Foreplay.
It's like, Bill killed him. Bill killed them all.
What the?
Like, it's like an evil penis. Like, that's the thing. It's just like telling him what to do.
His penis is evil. Is it trying to get him to rule the world?
Evil penis.
I mean, shit, he's already shaking hands with military leaders.
Right, he's already in on it. I
Maybe
guess
it's going-
doors
maybe it's
really
taking him
open.
places.
You have two dicks.
Maybe his right one's his favorite because he wants people's attention off the left one, the one that's pulling the strings, or that's pulling going on.
Pulling something.
Dive.
This is okay. It's episode 2, and this is what we've become.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, what is wrong with us? What if he came into contact with a girl that had 2 vaginas?
I think they were made for each other then.
Literally. Like, it's like a puzzle piece. Meaning,
Like a Wetzel pretzel or what?
well, it's
Because
either
she's like over and under, and he's like double barrel.
Then it'd be like when you plug something in. Oh, we just need ground.
What?
Wait, what?
It's the third prong. I don't know.
Bring up a picture of
No! Of what, a plug?
Yes.
Do we have that picture of the two?
I can link it to you right now.
We'll have it like this.
Okay.
Well,
Andrea should be like our image consultant.
I just realized what this was.
All day.
I'm gonna put it in the
She's gonna-
Discord.
It's for
So
that
don't
router.
have the Discord open.
I just shut off my Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
I just shut off my Wi-Fi so I can have a visual aid on what it would be like to have.
He unplugged the Wi-Fi. He just did that right now.
He's like,
Man, we're
good, bad.
EMP.
We should be fine.
You guys are on my phone's hotspot anyway, because my Wi-Fi is already
Okay,
that
sweet.
Cool.
bad. Oh my goodness.
40 minutes, didn't...
Talking about penises.
No,
I
it
did-
just be penises.
Penises and underground military bases.
God, I am Alex Jones.
Alan Jones. That's gonna be your name on the podcast. Just start saying random bullshit.
It's got a picture of Osmosis Jones.
You guys wanna hear something interesting that I was reading about the other day? It's actually really interesting. I was trying to bring it up earlier.
What is it?
All right. So I believe it was like 2 years ago in 2019. Are you guys familiar with the Gambino crime family? They're
Yeah.
like one of like the three major mafia organizations that were around in New York and in New Jersey. And I believe their head was Sammy the Bull Gravano. And the Sammy the Bull's in prison now. So well, I actually think he's dead. My bad. So yeah, so the only people that are left are their underbosses. And there was one underboss that was operating in, I believe it was in New Jersey. And what ended up happening was in 2009, somebody just went up to his driveway and shot him dead. And he took off in a pickup truck. And for a while, it was determined that it was probably a hit. Obviously, this is how things go. And they were investigating into it, and they actually found the guy who did it. And it turned out that it wasn't even another mafia hit or anything. So this is where it gets interesting. It was a QAnon supporter. QAnon supporter thought that this guy was linked to the deep state conspiracy with Trump, and he thought that he was part of that group of people trying to stop Trump from doing all his stuff or whatever. And he thought that that guy thought that he was connected to it and decided, well, he was trying to do a citizen's arrest, and that's when it got out of hand, and he panicked and he killed the guy. And that's just how the cookie crumbled.
Imagine.
QAnon. That's
Just,
that's a whole other conversation. QAnon.
oh my goodness.
I find it more interesting, not the QAnon aspect of it, but the fact that imagine that you're a mafia underboss. You kind of spend your time getting like a step ahead all the time, dodging hits. You know, you expect the people coming for you are the same people you kind of probably did wrong a couple years ago, but out of left field, like just some random loony gets you. Like it wasn't even the people you were prepared like for. It was, some
Yeah, suddenly
stupid
Ray
luck of the
Liotta's
draw.
like telling the police about what the shit you've been doing.
So yeah, it was interesting. The police interviewed him and everything, and yeah, they were really astounded when they found out he had no ties to the mafia. The only way he knew the guy was he dated his niece, and that's how he found out he was in the mafia. And after that, he put together a bunch of conspiracies and
Hey, honey, how you been?
pulled this hit.
How's your boyfriend? Oh, he's in the mafia.
Let me see. I was actually reading it. I have the link right here. Yeah, it was Gambino underboss Frank Cali. That was his name.
I'll put send me the link and I'll put it in the description.
Are
It's a
you also
rolling
gonna put the two dick guys in the description?
Fine.
The Ask Me How.
Fine.
You got it.
Oh, boy.
It's being educational. Okay, it's educational.
Is it educational? Because I didn't learn
Just not
anything.
safe for work.
All I
Yes, you
learned
learned
was
about
Alan's fantasy.
Anatomy.
Oh my goodness.
Playing Rocket League.
That so
And-
it goes
and
to show
yeah.
how little we actually pay attention to the game we're playing.
To be fair,
Because that's how Rocket League is. It's
that's
just
the
a
game I
chill
turn my brain
game.
off
Just-
to.
Yeah, we're pretty
Yeah,
bad at Rocket League.
exactly.
We're garbage at Rocket League, so it's better to just talk about anything else.
Yeah,
They've
just
been trying.
Forget.
They've been trying to get me to play Rocket League. I refuse. No, I'm playing. I might just
Bruh,
start playing.
you keep refusing the games we're telling you to play,
Because
and then every time you get them, you fucking fall in love with them.
Exactly, like Siege. You love
Ah,
Rainbow Six Siege
I
now.
love Siege right
It
now.
took you
Siege is
so
my thing.
long to download Siege, and now you're like, hey, y'all want to play Siege? It took you so long to get Overwatch. I'm not interested in Overwatch.
He's the one asking
hey,
for
y'all
it.
down for Overwatch? It took you so
It's like that,
long. Hey, Waddy, you should be a sponsor for No Man's Sky, given how many times you've told me to get it. And what'd you do? You spent like 20 hours straight on the fucking game.
Dude, I'm just gonna go out and say it. I was addicted to No Man's Sky. It was kind of scary. I remember like, I would stay up late, and then I also knew I was staying up way too late. So I would go offline so you guys wouldn't see that I've been up
Oh
like
my
for days.
God.
That I've been up for days playing it.
Oh my gosh.
Old
And
habits
then you go
die
back
hard.
online at a reasonable time.
Yeah,
I will
I
actually
remember.
tell Andrea and Eric here, like, I think I fucked up telling him to get the game. Because that's all he does anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, now all
I
you do
like-
is play Siege and Overwatch with us.
We won't hear him again if he downloads Minecraft.
God
Yeah, I
forbid he
remember,
gets
like-
Minecraft.
We would play it, and I remember one time. Okay, check this out. One time I was playing with Rory till like 3 in the morning, and then he got off, and then I told him I was gonna go to bed already too, but I just kept playing, and then I think he got back on like a little bit later in the afternoon, and I told him I had gone to sleep, but I hadn't.
You fucking liar.
Yeah. I told him I had I think I even told him I had gone to do stuff or whatever. Like I slept and I went to do stuff, but I had been playing straight.
He's ashamed. The man's ashamed.
Yeah, I really got
Wait.
into it, and then there was nothing. There was nothing left to do. I had all the currency, and then it comes with that flat line of interest that you just don't care anymore about the game.
So wait a
I
second.
haven't
That
touched it
whole time
since.
that we were calling you a simp because we thought you didn't want to play with us because you're too busy talking to some chick, was you playing No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
Why lie? Yeah.
Yeah, why lie? Yeah. But
So the
no,
other day
yeah,
on when
No
it got on
Man's
Overwatch,
Sky.
and I said, "How long you been on?" You just said, "Oh, I just hopped in. You want to play?" Were you on Overwatch the whole time?
On Overwatch? No, I'll be honest. I kind of only play Overwatch with you guys. I should play it on my own, but yeah, I haven't ever played
Yeah, learn to
Overwatch
play
by
it on your own
myself.
so it could be fun for the rest of us.
Siege though, Siege is fun. I know I play Siege a lot now. I play a little bit when I wake up, and then in the afternoon when you guys get on, I'll play again.
I feel like
But
Alan and I
usually
are
I've been
only
fine.
good
That's
when
my
Andrea's
go-to.
not playing.
Andrea's hogging all the skills.
I
That's what
know.
I'm saying.
It's that skill-based
What,
matchmaking, which I don't know if Siege actually has, but
I don't know, because I mean, all we do is casual.
yeah.
We like to keep things fun. Me personally, I'm very competitive, and if I do ranked, then I
Which
just
she
I
doesn't.
just get too into it and I get upset, and then I'm not having fun, and I want to have fun. We play casual. I guess it just puts us with anybody, which is really random. Because sometimes we get these diamond players, and then other times it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's just running into a wall. You never know.
Usually that's me.
Yeah.
Or Andrea.
Yeah.
She's trying to get away from someone. She runs into a door frame.
Door
A
frames.
door frame.
Door frames.
Those are my number one enemy. Door frames.
But that's in
They
every
just get in
game.
the
though.
way.
It happens in
Every
Overwatch,
game.
Siege, COD.
God, especially.
It's COD especially.
Freaking door frame.
That can be good.
But nah,
What was
Siege is fun. It was. My mom got it for me for Christmas years ago. I think it was when I first got my PlayStation. And I had watched a bunch of videos on it, and I'm like, what, let's give it a try. This looks fun. So of course nobody else has it, so I'm playing by myself. And this was back in the day when they had the vote to kick button. So, here's me. I'm barely learning the game. Don't know the maps. Don't know the gun recoil. Don't know much. Just learning, doing horrible, and my teammates are getting mad at me. They're yelling at me, and then they just all vote to kick me out. And it's just, it was so sad. It was so heartbreaking.
At least
But
you got to
I
play
don't
when
know
you
what
first
happened.
started. When I downloaded the game, I get into a match, I picked OKB, and I got kicked. Before we even loaded in and our models are running around, or we get to use our drones since OKB's an attacker. I pick her, everyone else stops moving, and then it's Wadi experience, vote to kick, 1 of 4. I'm like, wait, what's going on? 2, 3, out. I was like, Jesus Christ! I just want to play the game.
It's so toxic. It's so
That's probably
toxic.
why they took out the vote to kick. But then nowadays we're like, man, let's vote this guy out because he's garbage.
I know now we've become the people we hated,
We've
but
become the
now we're
toxic.
good. Now it's a fun game.
I mean,
It's a
let's
really
be
fun
real.
game.
After a little bit, it's fun to be a little toxic.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why I love going on mic in Call of Duty. Like Eric and I don't know about you two, but we grew up in the Modern Warfare 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 online days. And you think it's toxic now.
It was pretty bad.
I don't know how many slurs you'd hear in a single day, but it was just a competition to say the worst thing possible. It's like, hey kid, I slept with your mom. I had sex with your mom last night. And they're like, oh, my mom's dead. It's like, man, if my kid was that much of a disappointment, I'd kill myself too. And it's like, holy shit.
It was exactly like that.
I have a question. Do you guys think since like the rise of like I guess like woke culture and like more like cancel culture, do you think the amount of slurring online in video games or like in the online communities has gone down? Or do you think that people are still slurring as much as they did like
I think it's
5 years
gone
ago?
down a bit. You still hear it. Personally, I don't hear it that much.
Huh.
But then again,
Well, now you have the power to report somebody and they'll actually do something about it.
we've
so-
always had the power to report.
But like with Activision,
Yeah, but then they
weren't
wouldn't
really,
do
They
anything.
weren't on top of it back then.
You press the report
And now
button, but it doesn't actually do anything.
now it's
Do anything.
now it's very different. They're very, very, very cautious on what you can say. Like not like you're cautious, but I feel like video game companies are now more. They're punishing you more for what you say and what's going on. Like they're very vigilant now towards it too. I know in Call of Duty, I even had like a gamer tag that I can see how they would have seen that as maybe that's a slur, and they even told me to change it. They gave me a warning. You guys remember this,
You saw
right?
it coming, Alan. You saw it coming.
It's a South Park reference, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I think now the reports are being taken more seriously than they were back then. I think now, due to the rise of woke culture, I think they're being a lot more vigilant towards it. Especially now, I know Sony, like we've spoken about this on they record our parties, our party chats. So if one of us in the party offended another one and we reported it, they can go back and backlog it and see. I mean, I understand, but I don't think anybody would report somebody else in the party unless it was that bad.
What are you doing in a party with someone that you're
Yeah.
okay with reporting? Like, I don't know. Like, if one of us pisses the other off, we just leave or stop talking for a little bit.
It's one of those toxic players that invites you to a party and then they just, you know.
Well, that just tells me that they don't know how the game works. Because as long as they're not in a party, you can talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like being toxic. I think it's fun. If the other team's being, well, it depends.
If they had it coming.
If they have it coming, sometimes you just win so bad, and you're just like, you know what? It's been a good day. Let's put ourselves a little higher and push these and use these as a stepping stool. You guys are dog shit.
I used to play GTA 5 religiously. So I was born into toxicity, molded by it, shaped by it. Yeah, that's pretty toxic.
I do sometimes miss how toxic it used to be. Like a whole bunch of like crap mics screaming at each other in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby or a Black Ops 2 lobby.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not even in the chat.
Yeah,
Just mute it.
nowadays you guys play like we play on a party chat. But if I'm playing offline, like or on my own, like on the PC or something, I'll just have my headset on, and I'll listen to what people are saying. Nowadays, it's pretty calm. Like it's very rare that you actually hear like some sort of slur. Now that I think about it, I think it also depends on the game mode because you'll hear more in Search and Destroy than like Team Deathmatch or Demolition or Domination. There we go. but I'm all for a little toxicity. I think it builds character.
I can't. I can't be toxic. Like, well, like, with y'all, I can be toxic to other players. Like, just knowing that only you guys can hear it, that's fine. But I just, like, I'm scared of being mean or being toxic to someone. They're just gonna be the same toxic back to me, and I can't handle that. So
I
I
was
just rather
playing with
won't. I just
Alan
rather.
yesterday in Rainbow Six, and or not yesterday, but the day before. It was just me and him, and he was dead, I died, and there was one person left on either side. Our guy downs the other guy, and then leaves the room leaves them to like start capping the position, capping the objective. And I'm like, hold on, Alan, give me 1 sec. I leave the party, and I start telling the other person, what are you doing? Get back in there. He's down. Shoot him. They go back inside, shoot him, and we win. And I get back to the party. I'm like, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. I had to tell this man what
Yeah,
to do.
I totally remember that.
Game.
Overwatch as well. Like, healers, do something. Damage. Kill someone. Me. Keep your shield up. Oh my goodness. It's alright. I think I welcome a little bit of toxicity. Well, until you start throwing, then you're a problem.
Yeah, then expect what's gonna come to you.
He's choosing Torb. He's throwing.
Torb.
Oh my goodness.
He's such a fun character. I miss the old Torb. I miss him.
Come get your armor.
Come get your armor. Yeah, I miss that. And then I miss putting your turret down and actually building it up from the bottom.
Yeah, but then you get plays of the game where it's just.
Yeah. But that's how you know. I was like, yep. This is
I
why I
miss
picked
Mercy's
Torb. You
super
picked Torb
res.
exactly for that.
Where the whole team dies, then Mercy just comes out of nowhere. You press Q, and the whole team just rises from the ashes, and the enemy team is just like, oh fuck, and then they get destroyed, and then Mercy gets the play of the game.
I don't think I was around for that.
Nah, you guys missed
No,
it.
I don't think
It was
none
a hell
of
of a
us
joke,
were.
though. Probably the longest running joke I've done to Wadi.
It took me 2 years to convince these guys to get Overwatch. By that time, the game, a lot of people had said it already died, but we still play it.
It was an anniversary edition, $20. I was like, what's not to lose?
It was already $20.
No, it wasn't. Check back right now. Oh, check online. It's like $60 still.
What? I mean, I just bought it on the PC again, and it was $20.
Oh, I think it's because of Overwatch 2 coming out soon.
I don't know, but you guys were playing mainly Call of Duty World War II, which by the way is garbage.
It was, but we had fun.
And you guys were like, let's play war. Let's play the war game mode, which is pretty much just moving the objective in Overwatch. I'm like, we could just do this in Overwatch. Plus, there's no kill streaks.
I only got like
war in this fucking game mode, and it's boring. And then finally, you guys get it, and then Andrea's like, "Well, it's my favorite game. I love Overwatch." And Eric's like,
What's one of my favorite games now?
I like Overwatch, like I said, but I don't like to play it by myself. I like to play it with friends.
Yeah, it's more fun with people. And once you get to the higher elos, like I'm stuck in high plat, like mid to high plat, as tank because I'm afraid of having randoms heal me. I can't trust them. But oh man, when you guys finally got it, I was like, yay, I'm happy now. I can play this game.
The squad's here.
We have a squad.
Complete.
That's how we met Panda. That's how we met other people. But it's mainly been the core, you, me, Andrea, and then Alan joined up.
Brad and Blade, but life happens.
Brad,
Bradley mainly wants to play StarCraft.
Yeah, once
such
he
a
found out that we
nerd.
can play StarCraft, that's all he wants to do
I
now.
know. Let's play StarCraft. He used to love to play Siege. Now he's like, let's play a real game. Let's play StarCraft 2. Which I haven't even touched since the last time he was showing me how to play the game. I should get back into it.
It's I don't know. It's not like my type of game, but it is interesting. It took me so long to learn, but it can be fun. Like once you know what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, but I like the robot dude. I can't remember his name.
Wow.
Oh,
Gunther.
Way to butcher a game.
He's like
I know. Bradley's favorite game. You just butchering it.
he uses like you can send out like his form Phoenix. Is that his name? It's like a white and bluish gold robot.
Yes, Phoenix. Phoenix. Yep.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
the one I've been playing as the most, and I'm like, I like this. I like that little crab form thing of him too. But that's all I know about the game, pretty much. He had me play as I did the stupid thing and picked random for one game, and I became like this weird faction where like you can move your buildings because they're alive or something.
Oh, that's a Zerg.
A Zerg. Like he looked like a pirate Zerg kind of dude.
Oh yeah.
Why is there a hammer on the table?
I was keeping my phone from falling.
I just noticed it was there.
all I had was hammers.
What?
If you know, you know.
Oh my god. Not this again.
We don't know.
I don't.
It's just there's like this like video. I don't know if it went viral, but it's like these weird kids in the forest, and there's like this really skinny one who I'm assuming is their leader, and he's just like he's just has like 8 hammers in his hand, and he's like, all my life I've had a hammer. When I was young, my mom said, sometimes, son, you're either the hammer or the nail. And you know what? I chose to be the hammer. And he takes out like the hammers and he's like throwing them around. And there's other kids there like kind of
I
like
think that's
looking
just
weird too. And
Reinhardt's
they have
origin
hammers.
story.
Yeah, they like have like hammers too. And they're in the back like swinging them around like it looks like they're trying to be like the insane clown posse, but like their own thing. I'm gonna see if I can link it because it's an interesting watch. It's just
I don't even know what I'm gonna put in the description. Just insane clown posse with hammers? Question mark. Here's the link. There you go. Because I have no idea what you're talking
Number
about.
15, Burger King foot lettuce.
He's a
I'll
rapper
just put a
too.
Rick
He
roll
makes
in place of
music.
it.
Oh, don't do that.
Let's see YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
All my life, all I have is hammers.
If I'm gonna cosplay as someone, I want to cosplay as Reinhardt.
You would be a good Reinhardt.
I'll let my beard
You'd be a
grow
really
out.
good Reinhardt.
Let my hair grow out because I recently got it cut because it was like I couldn't. It was getting annoying. But yeah, I'll just paint my hair white, my beard white, and then I'll just get a giant hammer.
You look like a negative picture.
Damn.
Why is Mr. Negative cosplaying as Ryan? Oh my goodness. I think I'd be able to pull it off. I can't
Alright,
do a
I found
German
them.
accent to save my life. But I don't know.
They're
Would
called
you guys ever
Borak.
cosplay?
I would go to a Comic-Con. I don't think I would cosplay just yet.
You'd probably go as Soldier.
I think that should
Or
be Alex,
McCree.
since that's the only character he plays.
You know what?
as.
Alan should cosplay as Soldier because he never plays anybody else. That's true.
I should do a 76.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
You'd probably go as McCree.
Yeah,
You'd
McCree.
probably be McCree. Andrea, Anna, or Moira?
Anna. I like Anna. I think Anna's cosplay would be a whole lot cooler.
I wish I
I
was
just
7'2",
linked it in.
so it'd be a more accurate Reinhardt. I think.
I
that's
wish I
fine
was a
times.
little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
I could do it with a little more height. I'm
You're
the
way
tallest
too
person on this
tall.
call, but not by much.
Yeah.
6 feet isn't tall anymore.
Or he's like a tall guy.
He's tall,
What?
man.
I don't know how tall you are because I've never met you in person, just in my dreams.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
I'm 6 feet tall.
I already told him he looks like hombre son. He looks like a grown man, like just like an adult.
He's looked like that since he was 8.
He's been an adult. He's like he's been an adult.
I think I had my mustache when I was already like 12. I think. That's when it really started growing in. My beard just came out of nowhere in high school.
Yeah, when he was 14, he started to look like a foreman.
Foreman? I don't want to be a foreman.
You'll be a foreman and you'll like it.
I've only ever shaved my beard. Well, actually, no. I've only ever shaved my mustache twice. I've trimmed it, cleaned it up a bit, but shave, twice. And I hated it both times. But maybe I'll try it again once I lose all this weight. You know, just to see how it looks. I don't think I will like it. I mean, tomorrow.
It's because you're so used to it. You're so used to how you look. You've looked like that for years. It's gonna be a drastic change, shaving off your
Yeah.
mustache.
I mean,
Big time.
I'm pretty lucky that baldness isn't a thing in my family, because if it was, like, I mean, yeah, my hairline has receded, but baldness, I probably would have already shaved my head. Be like, it's time. I'm just gonna get used to it. It's fucking. But
Baldness runs in my family, and my dad started balding like I think 20 years ago. But then
I'm the
he
only one that
barely
runs in my
decided to
family.
just
it's pretty lonely.
shave his head now.
So after this, I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm excited. It's been a while.
Gym vlogs. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Link right here for the vlog.
Oh boy.
Or in the description.
I think it's too soon.
You're gonna be those
I started the
guys.
link out off frame. It's until I got to here. It's like,
Yeah.
But I'm excited to get back to the gym. I did a little bit in Oklahoma a couple weeks ago, but I wasn't there for very long. And now I can, since I'm gonna be here for a little bit.
And just to timestamp this, like, how much do you weigh right now?
I'm gonna say good 305 pounds.
You know, we are exactly 100 pounds off. I'm 205 pounds.
I'm gonna try to get.
I'm 5'10", by the way.
I don't know. I had some app tell me that my ideal weight was like 140 pounds, and I'm like,
What?
Delete. Delete the app.
yeah. I
That's,
was like,
that's
how
less
old are
than
you?
Me.
How tall are you? Your ideal weight should be around 140 pounds. I'm like,
Did you switch it from female to male? This guy.
I made sure I was like, is it on human or small dog?
Jesus.
But
What the hell?
I started thinking, like,
140?
how would I even
That's
get that
crazy.
far? Like limbs? I'd have to lose limbs. Because I did get skinny for a short period, like a small period of time. But that's because I was going through something, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't keep food down, so I lost like 60 some pounds in a matter of a summer. And you've seen my Facebook. It's the one. It's a picture of me on the piano on the keyboard, And I had people tell me like, dude, you look sick, as in unhealthy sick. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I hurt my back, and then I couldn't move, and then I gained all the weight back. I was telling Alan this story when I broke a disc or a plate. I can't remember what the terms were in my back.
Ruptured a disc.
Yeah, ruptured a disc. The shards were shoving into my muscles in my back, making it like extreme pain. So I can like hear my legs. I can only lift my right leg like this far before I have to stop. So I had to walk for like 6 months like this, barely moving my legs, just waddling. And the doctor gave me these anti-inflammatory pills, little pills, to bring the inflammation down so the shards can come back into place and, heal correctly. Well, like I said, I couldn't move very well. I could hardly move, so I wasn't able to exercise and run like I loved to do. I have this shirt somewhere.
Yeah. It's the I Survived Science County Runathon.
We did 14 miles that
14.
day? That sucked.
In 3 hours.
Oh, that was awful. But those little pills, he was like, there is a drawback to these pills. They all have side effects. I was like, what's the problem? He's like, they're going to make you hungry. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't think it'd be that bad. He was like, just take 1 pill a day. Okay. I take a pill. I'm like, I feel okay. I still can't walk. And then 2 or 3 hours later, I'm like, fuck me, I need to eat something. So I'm laying in bed or sitting down eating constantly. And then I immediately just by the time my back felt better, I gained all the weight back and more. It was probably the most unhealthy I've ever been, since I didn't have the routine of exercise to help me get back into it. I had to relearn those habits, which is what I'm trying to do now. But luckily, it's not too hard. The only problem is with my job. I'm a pipe fitter. I do a lot of heavy lifting, but there's no room for cardio. So, and that's what I need right now: cardio and good dieting. Meanwhile, we're drinking these fucking things.
For about a good 2 weeks, we all had bikes, so we would go biking for.
We still have the bikes. We just haven't gone.
It's a good system. I would like to do that more often.
I'm so down. It was so much fun.
Biking is fun.
Maybe I'll put in a clip here if I can find it somewhere on the computer or my phone.
Yeah, because you were also sharpening up your skills.
Sharpening up my cinematography skills. Andrea actually helped me out with that because she let me film her while we were at the park, and I think it turned out really well, that video. But
I liked it.
Yeah, when it comes to working out and exercising and all that stuff, it's so much easier with people. Shit, like Eric, and I've been wanting to do this again. We used to go to the park every morning. We'd leave, especially when we both worked at FedEx, we either go to the gym or go to the park, get in a good workout and run, throw the football around or throw a medicine ball back and forth. And damn, was that a lot of fun. And I lost how many pounds? 30?
30 pounds, yeah.
And
Mind you, that job is very hard labor. Yeah.
You get that FedEx strength. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Because before that job, I had little to no upper body strength. But now I can actually do push-ups now, for the first time in my life. Weird. I was able to do pull-ups, but I couldn't do push-ups back in high school.
Oh yeah.
I always thought that was weird. How did I go so wrong? Because I guess since I was a lineman, I didn't have to rely too much on my upper body strength in football. Mm-hmm. They were legs. So I'm a beast in it on the leg press, squats, whatever. But then I'm like, all right, do something with your arms. And then a breeze comes by, and I'm like,
like a pool noodle.
Wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man. Over here. I almost got it right. Flame.
Quality save.
Yeah. That's
Due to a shipping error, I have been stuck with hundreds of wacky inflatable armmen.
It also doesn't help that I love to cook. Well, it's a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. I almost exited out the recording software.
Oh, no!
That was close. Um, but I just got a bunch of cookbooks and learning to cook and eat better.
Yeah.
It's the eating that sucks. Um, Man, it sucks because then
Well,
I'm like
it's an
craving.
old saying: abs aren't made in the gym; they're made in the kitchen.
Hmm.
So just
Yeah,
watch what
and it
you eat.
sucks because I want something. I don't even have a sweet tooth until I start dieting. Like I'm much like if you had, uh, like say over here, it's like a wide like from sea to shining sea. It's ice cream and candy and all this shit, and over here, it's just grills with like fajita and steaks and shit. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going over here. I don't need cake. But then I start dieting and I'm like, I can really go for a milkshake. Like, ugh.
Like craving it when you can't have it.
Yeah. I mean, I hardly even get sweets anyway. Like, is this like today was probably the first time you ever seen me eat ice cream?
I think it's because I got a blizzard.
We went to Dairy Queen. He got a Blizzard, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get one.
Yeah, I'll have it.
It's the
I'll have one.
Since I start the gym tomorrow, I figured, yeah, last little cheat before everything changes again.
Oh,
It's gonna be kind of interesting looking back. If assuming this is successful in this, but hopefully I'm not like itty bitty skinny and I lose like all muscle mass or whatever. Because I'm somewhat proud of my strength. I could get higher, but my strength I'm a little happy with. I can lift that tractor tire. I'm like, oh shit, I can do things. But it's the that I need to get rid of.
Oh yeah, and especially if this week goes completely well, like outstandingly well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go back to the gym, like gym rat for like about a good month, and then get back to how I used to be.
I'm probably gonna get back.
This is me small, by the way. I used to be much bigger.
Oh yeah, this is me.
This is me.
This is me now. I've been smaller, like fat wise, but I've also been bigger fat wise and muscle wise because I have lost my chest that I had in high school. That was
The gains, yeah.
I lost my gains.
And that's when Alan gained his gains.
Alan
He
gained
started living with me.
I was about to say, yeah, I think the fittest I ever was when I was living with Eric my last year of high school. 'Cause,
Poor guy pumped up with
Eric took me.
protein every day.
Yeah, this guy was pumping me with all sorts of protein. I was coming in from a very bad living situation, so I moved in with Eric my last year of high school. And yeah, like 3 square meals a day, like packed with protein, and then protein to go. I remember we used to get the cartons of muscle milk, and I take two, one for breakfast and then one for lunch at school. Like, and we'd work out. We were actually working out. I was gonna try and join the Navy at the time. I remember I was speaking to recruiters, and at the time, yeah, I wanted to do it, but then like there was always that looming thing over your head, like you enlist,
That's exactly what happened
next
with me
for
with the
the. I
Marines.
mean,
I was already gonna join the Marines and everything, and then I got cold feet.
yeah, and it's normal. I mean, because the thing is, like, with me, I only wanted to do like the minimum. I didn't want a life in the Navy. I wanted to like see the world, get my GI Bill, and then be a little bit well off financially, save my money, whatever. But this thing is, it looms over you that yeah, you're with them the next 4 years, but those next 4 years aren't really your own. Like,
Yeah.
you're living under a new rule. It's a very different structure. It's
Mhm.
not like you really get to experience it the way you think you're gonna experience it. And not only that, but when I was enlisting, I didn't pass my ASVAB to their standards, but I passed the ASVAB enough where I could join the army. But the thing was, like, even by that point, if I had taken my ASVAB again and passed for the Navy standards, all the good jobs by the end of the year would have already been taken, and I would have been stuck with some bullshit job uh like I guess like one of the guys who works on the pipes at the bottom of the ship, or something not interesting like storage management, or because there's a lot of jobs like on the ship, like in regards to like you're pretty much like the guy who checks the how can I say, like armory jobs, but not what you think. Like you got to just keep count and storage of things, or you'd be
Yeah.
keeping documents in order.
Inventory
It's all the
clerk or
lame
what?
jobs nobody really wants.
How
So
many
I never even
inches?
went back to retake
You want some
the
water?
ASVAB. I left it at that. And then yeah.
I don't know. Like getting cold feet and like thinking about like everything that I don't know. I just thought it was like, man, there's so much. Like if I go through with this, like my life's gonna change forever. I don't know. Like, and then I thought like, well, I could in fact die from this. And thinking
Mhm.
through all that, like that's why I have such a respect for not just Marines, but like people in all the military branches, because like they were able to say yes to something I was too scared to, at least at the end of it. So
One thing that I came to that really bothered, the one thing that's very alarming is a lot of those jobs don't transfer over to the civilian sector really well.
yeah,
Like a lot of the jobs that people like, all the cool badass jobs, like for example, there is one where it's like you're a gunner on a boat. It's like sergeant at arms or something. What you do is you're the gunny on a boat or something like that. And there's no way like you do that for 4 or 5 years, and then there's no job that transfers over to the civilian sector with those like qualifications. Like unless you really thought about it and you went for like a mechanical job or something in like the engineering section of it all. Like even then when you get out, you can't find a job, but at least you have like experience, and most employers will take you in. But that's very few in between. That's a big issue lately too with veterans. Like a lot of jobs, they don't transfer over to the civilian sector. I mean, yeah, you could go to the private sector, do that stuff for Blackwater, but then again, um, how long can your body do that?
yeah. I
We're
mean,
all human.
I like to think I would be a lot more fit now, a lot healthier if I did that. But man, I'll just have to do it on my own. I know
I also had a very
Andrea's always looked fit or healthy compared to me at least. Kind of trying to get her
Yeah,
to
but
say something because she's been kind of quiet.
I was gonna say,
but
how was
on
your
the
fit life, Andrea?
on the inside, I look okay on the outside. On the inside, my body's killing itself. At least my pancreas. I'm a I'm a type 1 diabetic. I've been a type 1 diabetic for 13 years now. So, I have to take care of myself to some extent. I gotta watch what I eat. Well, not what I eat, just I have to count my carbs, make sure I don't. It's not like I have like a limit of carbs to eat. I just gotta know how much carbs I have in a meal, so I know how much insulin to give myself. I've, I've always liked being active. I've always liked sports. Like throughout my childhood and some of my adult life, I've played softball. I love softball. Softball's an amazing sport. And like I said in the beginning, like I try to ride my bike. I ride my bike with these guys for a bit, and we stopped. We haven't done it again, but um, it's I'm okay. Like I think I've been at where I'm at right now for a while. Like I haven't gained any weight. I haven't lost any weight since maybe 18, 19. So for a couple of years now, I've been here, and that's not bad. I mean, like I always look at myself and like, yeah, I can do better. Like I can, I can lose some weight, lose some like fatty areas, or gain some more muscle. But like I'm
She
happy
said
where I'm
gain
at
some
right
fat
now.
areas. I'm like, wait, what?
Get some gains. It's not like I'm happy. I like to say I'm like average. Like I'm not like skinny, but I'm not big. I'm like right in the middle. I'm
Yeah,
happy with that.
my goal isn't like bodybuilder type either. I'm not trying to be some Adonis. Just like, hey guys, welcome to the podcast. Like,
Yeah, like, oh, we need a bigger chair.
it's like I can't fit because my shoulders like at the end of the out of frame or something. Oh man, It's already cramped enough in here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not that cramped because there's all this. But I just revealed a chair. But I don't know. I just want to be. If anything, I just want to lose. You know, I just don't want to be overweight anymore. And then once I get that accomplished, we'll see where I go from there. Because I think I just want to be strong. But then again, I don't want to be like a strong man because then I have to get. I can do that now. You know, like you go to those strongman competitions, they all have like a gut because you kind of need it at that point. But I don't know. I'll lose the weight first and then decide what I want to do from there. I'll be the next Schwarzenegger, but I can speak English. I don't know.
No, I want to be huge.
I want to be huge.
No, just the point where I don't lose my mobility, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
It's like, nice job, nice muscles. What can you do with it?
Oops.
You know?
Like, okay. I didn't mean to crush that. But I think we should all meet up again and ride bikes or go for a jog or to the gym.
I'm down.
The one that's farthest away from us.
You just gotta get down here now.
Andrea only lives like 5 minutes that way. Well, right now she's like 20 minutes that way. But
I'm like, I'm down.
hey, whenever you visit, Alan, buy a bike on the way down here. Do you own a bike now?
I don't know how to ride a bike.
What?
No, I'm just playing. I know how to ride a bike. That seemed juicy though.
Oh my god.
Man, I was already picturing us like having like teaching Alan to ride a bike montage with like the training wheels and everything. We like push him off. We're like, no.
Yeah. No.
And then it just cuts to Alan with his bike upside down in a bush. He's covered in twigs.
You can let go now. No.
There's like a ukulele playing in the background. Oh my gosh. Man, I was so ready for that.
No, I don't own a bike. And I do know how to ride a bike. I did learn how to ride a bike very late in my life, like when I was 14. So it was weird because at the time, my stepsister was the one who taught me how to do it. She was like way younger than me. She had to be like 11 or 10. And she taught me like on her girl bike.
Dad, let me teach you how to ride a bike.
Yeah, because it was just funny. She realized that I didn't know how, so she took it upon herself to show me. And I was like, that's actually pretty cool. That's a good memory I have of her. So
That's very cool.
Yeah, like she was
Well,
like,
it's cool for her. For you, it's really lame.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. I was like in that driveway on a girl bike. Out of a girl, like a big 14-year-old on
It's
a little
okay.
girl
The
bike.
tassels add horsepower.
And yeah, she was actually pretty cool. She used to show me how to do cool stuff. I remember, so yeah, she was my stepsister along with my stepbrother. And sometimes I didn't, after school, our parents were at work. Well, my dad and my stepmom, so their mom and my dad would be at work. So one time they went to their dad's on a weekend, like their biological dad. And I went with them. Like they just asked if I wanted to come, and I was like, well, shit, like I ain't got nothing to do here. And my dad didn't really care, so I went with them. And they had this trampoline like in the driveway, and they had like the roof was like nearby. It was like a pavilion that they had there in their driveway. And what they would do was like they had like a kind of like an AC, like not an AC unit, but like those like the big AC thing on the outside. And they would hop on that and then get on the pavilion and then jump from the pavilion onto the trampoline. And then I remember they were like, yeah, you should do it. It's fun. I was like, nah, fuck that. And then, well, she said, look how I do it. Then you do it. And so like, yeah, she talked me into going up there. Like a little 10-year-old was jumping off and I was 14. I was all scared. And I ended up doing it. It was actually really fun. Nobody got hurt.
Man, that's lucky. The last 2 times I've been on a trampoline, I went through it. I think I was with a good friend of mine. His name's Alex. We went over to his place, and there was already a massive hole in the trampoline. I don't know what the hell we thought that it was a good idea to get on it, but it was like, yeah, just don't jump near that hole, and we'll be fine. So we get on. He's jumping. I'm jumping, and I guess I forgot about the hole because I'm not facing it. I get a little too far back, and you just hear cling. I'm like, what the hell was that? And I see one of the springs holding the rubber part of the trampoline, like just fall to the ground. I'm like, oh shit! Then just hear cling, 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 cling. The whole thing just comes down, and me and Alex both eat shit on the ground. We're like, ow! And then I think after that, a few years after, I was on a trampoline and I just straight up ripped through it. Just so I'm afraid to get on. The only trampolines I'm not afraid to get on are the small personal ones that people use for like those workout routines, like on TV. Mainly because I know they're like super sturdy. They're not gonna go anywhere. And if I do fall through it, the ground's like right there. So it's not gonna.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine, unless I somehow find a way to eat shit after only like 3 or 4 inches. Oh, that reminds me. Andrea remembers this. I guarantee it. It was back in 8th grade in track and field times. I was in getting ready. I was like going from one end of the track to the other, so I can go practice shot put and discus. And the girls were just running at the time. So on the way over, there was these boxes, you know, the ones where you just like explode and jump on top of them.
Yeah.
Well, Andrea was running, and there goes this army of girls like passing, like coming around the bend, and coming in the direction opposite me, because where I'm going is that way. And I'm jumping on these boxes, and I'm not trying to impress anybody, because everybody can do it. Until I get to the highest one, and normally I can do it. I've always been able to do it because my legs have always been really strong.
Here we go.
And I jumped, and then my feet clipped the bottom of the box, and the rest of my body goes forward, and I eat shit, face plant in the next box, hit it straight on my face, my glasses come off, and I'm just like, my body's contorting like that, and the weirdest bends, and then finally my body comes to rest, and I'm like, ah. And then, you know, you're in 8th grade, you're a teenager, hormones, you're trying to, like, I wasn't in my head trying to impress girls, but I also don't want to look like an idiot, so I'm there like a mangled mess on the floor, and then every girl in school just comes, ah. I guarantee you Dre remembers that.
I sadly don't remember.
Oh my gosh,
But
because I remember
that's
you
such a
been
wadi
able to
thing
like
to do.
recount it before. But oh my
I
gosh.
honestly didn't know where you were going with that story when you said I'm a teenager, hormones. So when I stood up, I had a boner.
Oh no.
No!
That would have been worse.
Then everyone thinks I'm a masochist. What's wrong with you? It's like, oh shit. I'm into that.
We learned something new.
I'm into pain. I like
I
pain.
learned something about myself that day.
So I bought a box. No. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, I think it's about time to wrap this up. We've already been over an hour and a half. Oh my goodness.
It flew by.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Like in the beginning,
tell
these
me.
always feel like they take a while, and then you look up and like, oh shit, it's over. It's time's up. But Alan, Andrea, thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully you'll be able to come on again consistently.
Done.
Hopefully. The more the
Yeah,
better.
that's the
Sure.
plan. Yeah, that's the plan.
But thank you all so much for watching. If you have anything to add to any of our stories, feel free to leave them in the comments. But again, just a reminder, we're just a bunch of idiots here to have fun and have conversations. So take everything we say with a grain of salt. So thank you all for watching. Good night and take care.
Yeah.